Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk about the PS5 reveal that just happened a couple of days ago. It kind of took a while for them to reveal it because Xbox pretty much unveiled the Series X a couple of months ago. I just wanted to make this video to talk about some of the pros, some of the cons. So I'll start off with some of the pros. I like the fact that this PS5 looks futuristic, it looks modern, it looks as if it was reinvented. Obviously, the PS4 looks nothing like the PS5, so they really wanted to just create the wheel again and then went out of the way to make it look different. I'm tired of the same old box, and I'm sorry, Series X, but you look like a big fridge right now. Another thing that they've done different is the LED lights. I could imagine the LED lights in a dark room, and that's just gonna draw attention to your eye. I wish that in the future you could change the lights, maybe to a different color, make them flicker or something different. But I mean, overall, I mean, even if you could never change them from the blue color, I wouldn't mind. I think it's pretty cool. Also really like how the front of the console, other than the big two white slabs on the sides that create that V shape, other than that, it seems that there's just two slots in the front that you can connect something into. And I believe there's also like a power and an eject button in the front. It looks like everything's plain black down the middle. So I like that simplistic, that elegant finish that they put on the front. The color scheme is beautiful. I've always been a fan of black and white. The hint of blue just gives it a little bit more of a futuristic look, but that black and white just goes really well, especially since the white is kind of matte. It's not really shiny, and the black part is actually the shiny part. It reminds me of like a robot. I've heard people say Detroit Become Human. Also, if you follow that black strip, it actually curves all around the console. So baby got curves, and I like that. It draws your attention, it draws your eye. It's not just plain and simple, and that's part of where the fan is. So they found a way to how to wrap the fan all over the body. I think it's gonna help the console in the long run, and I think it's gonna prevent the console from hopefully overheating. Honestly, there's nothing like it right now. The Xbox Series X, even though it's powerful, it still looks bland, has no design. It's just a square box. I mean, as square as you could think of, with vents on the top. They really didn't break their heads coming up with that. I would have hoped that they put a little bit more effort into it.
Looks like a fridge.
The PS5 is definitely going to stand out from the crowd. Not only because of its size, but the colors just stand out. Most people have some devices that are probably black, like their cable boxes or their Rokus or their Fire Sticks. Most devices are black, so it's going to be a really good contrast compared to these consoles. Now, if you're not into that, I could understand, but I like the fact that it's going to stand out. I like that the finish on the white part of it seems to have like a texture, not necessarily scales, but it's kind of just like a texture all around the console. And I like that because it's not the same as previous consoles, which were pretty much solid and smooth. This one seems to be a little bit more textured, and even it has a Sony logo that seems to be debossed, so it kind of goes into the console, and I think that's really classy and elegant. So I'm digging that as well. Another part that I really like, there's a PS5 logo on the top left corner, if I'm not mistaken, that looks like it cuts through the console. That's really nice. It looks cool because it's pretty much a cutout of the PlayStation logo. Overall, I think people are afraid of different. In due time, I think people are going to start warming up to it, especially as people start buying the console. It's a really good design, and I like that it's not afraid to be different. I like that it steps out of its comfort zones, and it's trying to do something that hasn't been done before. So in conclusion, I love the drastically different look. I've been waiting for something like this for years. Ever since the PS3 was announced, they showed the boomerang controllers. I really was into that. I was hoping they would stick to that. I know it probably wouldn't be ergonomically comfortable, but it was different. I remember actually going to that E3 that year, and I saw them in display, and I did use them, and it didn't feel that uncomfortable, but maybe in the long run it would. I really enjoyed that it was different. Yeah, it was silly. It would look like a boomerang. Also, another thing I wanted to point out, I think it's time that the console on the outside matches what's on the inside. And we all know these new consoles are going to be powerful, they're going to be fast, they're going to be pushing the envelope. and the PS5 shows that with the design on the outside. I'm super excited to get it in my hands to play with it, so I give it a thumbs up. I can't wait till the release date. Whenever they announce it, I'm gonna pre-order mine, and I hope you guys do too. And if you guys don't, let me know why. I mean, I've heard some people say it's too tacky. I've heard people say that it looks like an airplane. So I've seen a lot of funny different memes, and I just want to hear your opinion to see what you guys think about it. So now I'm gonna move over to the cons. There's not that many, and I had a little bit of a hard time to come up with some cons. But of course, there's always going to be some cons, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with those. All right, one of the major cons of this console is it's hella huge. I mean, we're talking about a huge console. I know that a lot of you guys think that the PS3 was one of the biggest consoles, but this one seems to be bigger than that. I don't know if it's going to be heavier. People have been doing their own estimates of how big it is. It looks like it's going to tower over the PS3, and that's no easy feat. The PS3 standing up was already huge. So that's something not too practical. I could imagine some people don't have that much space. So that's definitely a con. Another thing, you can never go wrong with black. Black is elegant, black is simplistic, it still stands out, especially on a console that size. Or it could be inverted. It could be, black on the outside and then white on the inside. Or it could all just be all black. I do hope that when they come out, they have other colors, not just the white. Most of us have kids, and those kids are going to be touching the console from time to time. And that white console, especially with that texture that I mentioned earlier, it's going to get really dirty. Okay, now to tell you the truth, the design still seems a little bit awkward. Now I say awkward because I haven't seen it myself. I haven't held it. I haven't inspected it myself. I don't know how I feel about that V shape in the front. Maybe they're trying to hint at Roman numeral for 5, PlayStation 5, but at the same time I'm not sure if that works. It's how the V comes up and then the fan part, the black part, kind of doesn't go all the way to the top. It kind of goes under it, so these other two white parts still stick out further than the black part. But even if you were to lay it down, that it doesn't look right. It just, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a problem for some because that V symbol doesn't really translate that well. It's gonna make it look uneven. It's gonna make it look like it's tilted. I mean, it's something that you're gonna have to get used to eventually. You are gonna be able to lay it down on the side, but it's just gonna look more uneven. Another con is the disc version, the one that has the disc drive. The digital version is perfectly symmetrical. It's a straight V going down like this, and it looks nice. It looks smaller even. The disc drive version actually looks a little bit ugly, if I'm not gonna lie. It has a V coming down, and then you have that big bulk at the bottom where the disc drive is, and it does not look good. I mean, I know that it has to be there because some people are gonna want to use their disc, but I think they could have probably put a better placement for it, maybe down the middle, somewhere where it wouldn't look as awkward as it does. Better placement would be definitely the key for that, and it just looks weird. Also, a quick note, the base doesn't seem like it's, I mean, obviously it's holding it up, but the base looks kind of small. It looks like you could easily tap the PS5 and it's probably going to tip over. So I don't know how that's going to hold over time, but maybe it works better than I think. So overall, there's not that many things that I could consider cons. All those cons that I just mentioned, they're pretty much minor. They're nothing that's going to keep me from buying the console. But at the end of the day, I just love this console, how it looks. To me, it's ushering a new era of new consoles. Hopefully, they keep pushing the envelope so that way they could be more bolder and innovative designs that are going to bring in that excitement that us as consumers get when we buy something new. We want something shiny. We want something aesthetically pleasing. We're looking for that edge that's going to make us want to buy that console. So overall, I like the console. Another quick little note, the PlayStation 5 DualSense control. Nice. It looks beautiful. It has the same feeling that the console does. I am digging the fact that the analog sticks are not placed out of the body anymore. They're kind of like tucked in into the body. It looks a little bit nice. I like that they didn't move them like the Xbox ones. I'm kind of disappointed a little bit with the controllers because in the trailer I was able to look at the back of the controllers and it doesn't seem like it has the back button. Now, I don't know if you guys have tried the attachment for the PS4 controllers. I was hoping that was kind of like a test to see if they wanted to put that on the PS5 controllers or not. That would be essential for me, but I don't think it's gonna be on there, at least not at launch. I think eventually in the future they might come out with the kind of like Xbox did, an Elite controller, something more high-end that some of us might want to pick up that has the back controllers. Or even if they released another attachment for the PS5 controllers, I'd be okay with that. But I would really love if they were integrated into the control. But if they're not, that's not a problem. But I'm really happy with the design, and I hope you guys are too. And if you guys are not, just let me know. Let me know what you don't like. Tell me what you like, what you love, what you would like to see. That's where I'm going to leave this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm also going to do a Microsoft Series X console review, and on the review and on the specs so far. I'm also going to be doing a comparison between PS5 and the Microsoft X Series X. But for now, that's pretty much it. I'll leave you guys to it, and I'll just say thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be making more videos in the future.